What's going on, shipmates? We are back at it in Echo. We got back-to-back Echo videos this week, just because it was so late last week. But like I said, the weekly reset has happened, so we're back here. First, before we jump into the other games for the rest of the week, but there is a little bit of new stuff. So we have two new, one main featured unit event, and then we have some Elemono that's here for this week, and then that's pretty much it. So we're gonna dive straight into it. I'm gonna show you guys who they are, what their skills are, and I'm gonna go a little bit further because I usually skip out on the vibration arms or the weapons that are assigned to these units or cases when they come out. So we'll look at that real quick as well, because that's technically kind of part of the whole feature because they are. Anyway, all right, let's start off with the simple stuff. Dusty Legend is still here. I think it's here for what? Today's the last day, so by the time you see it, it might be gone. But if you participated and got something, congrats to you. For those who didn't get anything, keep on trying. So Glory Star has changed from the last video, so no more summons. It is the Gashron tickets. But it's 20. If you participate, if you get you have some free summons, you'll get those 20. Eventually, the tasks are the same for every one Elemono draw. You get 10. 100 more fights, you get 5. 100 stamina, you get 5. And then you're logging in, you get 10. Those are the two little mini events going on now. Snowy Treasure is still going on for about another 4 days. The whole main story is unlocked. I just finished the last bit of it today, so that's there, finished up. The shop will be open for another 7 days, for another week. So if you have any leftover, or if you forget, or if you didn't get a chance to log in before the event is actually over, then you can come in a few days after and still collect and gather, spin the little fishes that you got during this event. So on to the before I jump into Weight of the World, patrol wise, Storming Skyfront is still here. Jungle Mirage just popped up, so if you like the little adventure mode, kind of going through puzzles, kind of stuff like that, Jungle Mirage is there. I have covered it before. It's a little time consuming, so if you do have time to actually sit down and play the game, you can kind of work your way through it. But it's a bit easier than the rest of the. I like it. It's fun. Try it out if you can. Shattered Cosmos is back. King of the Cage is back with a new season 17. It's here for the rest of this week, 5 days. I've already used my drill counts for today. Quickly explaining this again. The only difference between this and the regular cage fight is that you have 3 teams instead of 1. So as you see here, I have my 3 teams set up down here. If you do have one of these red dots, that just means you have something that you can put on to that team that'll make it stronger. Can I do this real quick? Yeah. All right, so let's go over to 3. So pretty much it'll show you right here. I have somebody. It's probably going to be, is it Holy Lady? Usually. Bam, that's going to be pretty much somebody, quote unquote, in the game's opinion, stronger, to give you a stronger overall team. You don't have to go by, as you can see here. This one is like, oh, you should probably put this one because it's a SSR vibration arm compared to a SR. So just stuff like that. So that's there. Now, when you do go against somebody and fight, team 1 goes against their team 1. And then when that round is over, whoever wins that gets the point. And then your team 2 will fight their team 2. Team 1, if your team 1 survives or wins, it doesn't carry over and fight their team 2. Team's done, sits down, next full team comes up. So when you get into the kind of higher levels of this King of the Cage, and you start fighting people more closely to your power, you start to you kind of change your tactics a little bit and strategically kind of mess around with the teams, because you pretty much it's 2 out of 3. Whoever wins twice takes the whole match. So usually what, like the way I have it set up, obviously my team 1 is my strongest and my third team is my weakest. So some people switch that around. Some people have their middle team be their strongest. It just, you kind of have to play with it and kind of see and change it up a little bit as you get closer to those players who are more evenly matched to your squad. So I'm at 1268. Hopefully, I think last time I was at 15 million account power, and I got barely past top 500. I'm at almost 18 now, so hopefully we can get into the top 300 this time. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the next video you guys will see. Now, also side note, even if you don't make it that far into or up the chain of the King of the Cage, participate. Please participate. You do get this event. I like to participate in it just because I've seen the most amount of more fight given for participating. I think this last one, season 16, I didn't really have time to dive deep into it, but I still got like 1,400 more fight. And then the one before that where I passed top 500, I think it was like 1,900. So just depending on kind of how much you participate, you still get quite a good amount of rewards compared to the regular stuff. All right, so those are the patrols. All right, so in the way of the world, this is the new UR case here. She is here. She is part of Bifrost. We'll go into her skills and her weapon here shortly. But as you can see, she looks dope AF. Like giant sword, looking like kind of a nightmare from Soul Calibur. Giant sword with the broken horn. Obviously, she has assets. So, but all in all, love the design. Let's dive into the actual event. So, you have the regular stuff, the missions, the dailies are the same. As far as the achievement and the standards, they have been the same. The shop, nothing has changed here. It's been all the same. I've already collected the 5 summons you can get, but all the other rewards you can get here are the same. So, main story is expedition wise or type. So first 2 chapters are unlocked now. 2 more days from today's was Tuesday, so by Thursday the 3rd chapter should be unlocked and you can collect those rewards. Or if you enjoy the story, you can take a look at that. Boss is this one here. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot her name. She's on my team. I got her twice. Wow, I suck. Anyway, moving on. So this is up. This is the boss for this week. She's here. She's strong. Try it out. Get your rewards. So like I said, that pretty much has stayed the same. Nothing has changed as far as the events for the future unit. Now let's go ahead and jump over and take a look. All right, first we'll start off. All this has been the same. We'll start off with the Elemono Canis Major. He is here. Let's take a look at what he does. Of course, all the UR Elemono's base attributes are the same. It's all about their skills and kind of what they do, which sets them apart. So, Major embodies a starry sky, born for protection. After the limit break skill is used 3 times on the field, it restores all allies' HP by 190% of the Elemono's attack. Dope. Converting any overflow HP into a shield. Okay. Also applies conceal, dope, to the 1 case of lowest HP, lasts for 1 round. That's not bad. That's a good little buff or like little assistant from an Elemono. That's good. You know what? I wouldn't mind using this instead of a healer. This is another kind of workaround. If you're kind of like me, you don't like using a healer. This is another little because it not only does it do 190% healing, but anything over that automatically turns into a shield for all allies, everybody on your team. That's cool. And then conceal is also great because it lets you kind of survive another round. Secondary At the start of the event of even, I'm sorry, at the start of even number rounds, removes 1 debuff from all allied units. This effect can trigger up to 2 times per battle. That's pretty dope. Especially if you're getting into the nitty gritty, and I'm sure you guys have ran into it. I've run into this issue is where like the enemy cases, they have these buffs or these debuffs on you, and you're only doing like 500 damage, where your cases usually do thousands or even millions in some cases. So that really helps because it'll help clear those debuffs for everybody. You can get back doing that high damage. Dope. So that's Canis Major. The guaranteed for it, or I'm sorry, the weight for it is 100 summons. So there's a lot. As you can see here, I'm at 50. I've already ran through one set of 100, which I believe, oh, who was it that I went after? I think it was another wolf type of Elemono, and I missed it. So I might be able to get it depending on how much summon wise I have regulars to get those 20 free. Anyway, so that's here. He's here for the rest of the week, 4 more days till the end. If you need one, chase him. He's not bad. He's he's decent. Of course, the R's modulation. So first, I'm gonna look. Oh, we're gonna do the actual new unit. Then I'm gonna go into her vibration arm. But Neolith, nothing here. Daily 10 draws has been the same as always. So surging waves. Oh, let's start from the top. Yeah. So I'm all over the place. So Lucienne is still here. She's here for the rest of the week. I went over her not too long ago, so I'll put that into the description if you guys want to try. She's also Bifrost as well, so back-to-back Bifrost featured cases being put out there. I believe even the one before her was Bifrost as well. I can't 100% remember, but I think she was. So a little bit of a Bifrost. If you have those, this is your time to go in and dive and get them. Samovilia is back. She is Bifrost as well. So all 3 Bifrosts are here. If you want to switch up your team, this is the time to do it. Buff control, I'll put her review in the description as well. Good unit. I liked her. She's a pretty good tank. If I remember correctly, that's what she was. Support, buff control, but she was good. I did like her. She was somebody that I could consider chasing after and summoning for. Now, on to the meat, main course. Breaking cover UR Vika. Vika. A little bit of an accent there. All right, so she is DPS. Attributes are the same. The base is 612, 7448 for HP, 200 for armor and resistance. Let's take a look at her skills. So the first one here. Ooh, excuse me. Here we go. Swings her weapon, dealing physical damage equal to 118% attack to a single row of enemies. Not bad. So we got a little mini AoE going on, restoring 25 potential. She also deals additional damage equal to 200% attack to enemies with Tempest. Interesting. Tempest, when taking active attacks from Vika, ignores Conceal. All right, we just talked about that. And takes additional damage equal to 300% of Vika's attack. Ignoring shield. Ignoring shield. I'll say it one more time. Ignoring shield. When an enemy with Tempest dies, she applies Tempest to the ally with the lowest HP who doesn't have, lasting for the entire battle. Very interesting skill. I like it. All right, secondary here. Stirs up a storm, dealing physical damage equal to 116% attack to all enemies. So pure AoE damage being done there. Recovering 50 potential. This skill has a 50% crit rate. Wow. And damage bonus. Clears 30% of the shield from enemies with Tempest, not exceeding 300% of her attack. All right. This is becoming very interesting. 50% crit rate is crazy. All right, let's take a look at her ultimate. Dealing 173% physical damage to all enemies. Skill gains plus 50% crit rate on top of what you already have, and crit damage bonus. Wow. Deals extra damage equal to 18% max HP, ignoring shield to enemies with Tempest, capped at 360% of her attack. That is Insane. This is very, very interesting. This 50% crit rate on 2 of her skills that's giving and doing crit damage bonus. So if you definitely focus on your chimeras and the secondary attributes and stuff like that on crit damage or even just crit rate, this has the chance to do very, very high amounts of DPS, like insane amounts. This is very dangerous. Interesting. All right, let's take a look at our passive. Hopefully this is where they talk about Tempest. At the start of the battle, Vika gains full rage. Wow. And applies Tempest, there we go, to the one enemy with the highest attack for the entire battle. When the enemy falls, Vika immediately unleashes an ultimate. Oh, wow. What? Not counted as an active attack, so it's just extra. Up to 2 times per, so she can attack 3 times per round. And they all have the potential to be ultimate attacks. So, wow. Very, very interesting. This, I just might get her. I might change it up. I think I might. Shocking, I think I might take Sharon out, my tank, my MC tank, and put Vika in. Because what I can see happening is concentrating on the crit rate, concentrating on the crit damage. And then towards the end of the battle, or maybe even in the middle of the battle, when everybody starts to get real low, as soon as she's taken, or as soon as one of the enemy teams gets taken out, she's coming in doing her ultimate, bam. And then if that knocks somebody out, then again, bam. And then if her ultimate's the next round, bam, bam. Like every time someone's getting knocked out, she has a chance to just domino effect hit and keep knocking people out. I like this. Bifrost, interesting. I might just make a Bifrost team. This is very interesting. All right, so those are attacks. If you have Bifrost, kudos to you. I would 100% go after this. In fact, make it 200%. Let's check out her links here. Laskal, Vika's HP is increased by 18%, which is dope. Zendaya, or Zineda, whatever her name is. She is an older limited SSR. A little difficult if you don't have her already to get her, but it's only increasing her armor, so not that much a big of a deal. Mori, if you participated in that 180 days of free giveaways, you should have gotten her for that. So 80% increased resistance. And then Caroline and Baphomet increases her attack by 25%. You can get her in the regular summons. She's not that hard to get, but Caroline is a little difficult. Until they have another event where you get to pick and choose who you're going to chase after, or they say, oh, this is all limited SSRs are coming back or something like that. That's really going to be the only way you're going to be able to get Caroline. I got her when I first started playing the game last year, and she just happened to be featured, and I knew from playing this game in a different region how good she was, and I saw her, and I just pretty much spent all my summers on her just to grab her and have her. Good thing I did. So if you have those units, they're going to help out. If not too much of a worry, because her DPS is killer. All right, with all that DPS talking going on, let's take a look at her vibration arms and see what that does. So those are the attributes. 160,000 HP. Attack is 8420. Let's take a look at the first skill. These are kind of okay. When HP falls below 50%, recovers 30% max HP. Triggers once per battle. Not bad. That's a little bit of a recover. Endless feast on active attacks. Absorb shield equal to a 15% from enemies with Tempest. Oh. So So they're just, this is a good shield eater. She is just cutting away, taking away for shields, which if I was going against Vika, that'd be bad news for my team, because pretty much everybody on my team relies on shields and giving shields to other people. Anyway, 50% of enemies with tempest up to 300% of attack triggers once per round. So not too bad. Of course, this, having her weapon just gives her these added attributes, but the skills are okay. I mean, not the greatest. A little bit of a shield taken away and you recover HP, which isn't bad. I give it like a 7 out of 10. Could be a little bit better. It'd be great if it was like plus 15-20% crit rate or crit damage. That would be insane, and that'd be like broken. Anyway, that's it, shipmates. Wow. Great stuff going on. I'm really just blown away by Vika. She is a great unit. If you're starting out, I would definitely try to get her, because you can build a Bifrost team around her. That DPS is something else. That's something very interesting that I really would like to see fully done. Like if someone were to have a full Bifrost team with crit rate and crit damage maxed out, on top of all the other attributes you get with full links, oh, she'd easily be doing like 10-20 times her normal damage. Insane. I definitely am interested in this character. Only got 10 summons. It's not too much. Can we get her right now? No, that would be insane. How much? I'm at 32. I don't have too much anywhere else. We'll go for it. Why not? I got a little bit to spend. Nothing this time. All right, I'll do one more, because I spent a lot of more fight not too long ago, and knowing the way the game's gonna work, as soon as this Bifrost is done, oh, that was a waste. Oh, really? Huh. Chihara. She's one of the few SSR units in the game that actually can revive herself from death, or others. Interesting. She does get featured a little bit more often than others. Oh, now I gotta... Man, alright, well, I got a week and a half to keep trying. So, that's about it, shipmates. Appreciate the videos. Appreciate everybody coming in. I'll be posting more now. I'm back kind of in the groove of things. Back home, stuff like that. Not too much as far as new games coming out. I'm sticking with the ones I'm with right now. So it's gonna be Echo, Apex, Silver and Blood. Other than that, that's gonna be kind of the main ones, unless you guys kind of suggest anything else for me to get into, stuff like that. But other than that, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video. If you have any other questions, or maybe a part of the game you want me to cover a little bit more in depth, comment about it. I'll look into it. I'll make a video about it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Fair winds and following seas, shipmates.